Hello everyone. In this video, I want to show you how to perform a flow simulation and use the result of that in a static study. So here we have a pipe which has this support, and we're going to fix this support and we're going to let water flow through this pipe, internal flow. And then, because if flow starts from here and ends up here, because of this elbow, you're going to have the change in momentum of the fluid that is going through the pipe that needs a force, which comes from this elbow here, elbow area. And the reaction of that will be applied back to the pipe. And since this end of pipe, this side of pipe, this part here is fixed, that is gonna cause this backside of it to bend a little bit back, right? So it is gonna create a bending moment backward for it. So how can you show that in SolidWorks? So here, first thing, as you know, if you watched my other video on flow simulation in SolidWorks, you need to make sure under Tools Add-ins that your flow simulation is checked, right? So you see it is checked for me, so I can go to flow simulation. And once you are in the flow simulation, you're gonna go to wizard and give it some name and then move forward. You can set up your units. Here, the only thing I want is fluid flow and the effect of gravity. That's all I need. And the type of the analysis is internal. And I move on, and then I pick liquids, and then I go and pick water and add it. And it might be laminar or turbulent, so I'm not going to pick one specific one. And I don't want any cavitation, so I move on. And then since I'm not going to do any thermal analysis, I can if I want to, but here I just want to show you the effect of fluid flow only. And so I'm not going to pick other types of the wall, right? I just use adiabatic walls, which means no heat flux. And then you can provide a average roughness for internal walls. The bigger this number is, the faster the laminar flow converts to turbulent. So here I just go with maybe 20 microns and move on. And then here you can add other parameters. I'm good right now, so I finish it. And then now you see here that you have a problem, and the problem is your pipe is not watertight. Anytime you do internal flow, it has to be watertight. So you say, yeah, I want to make it watertight. That's where you can go and click on this create lids, which is under tools here, and then say, hey, I want to create one here and I want to create one there. And there we go. Now you got lids. Again, the tool is here, and now it should be good. You can always go under check geometry and check it. Hey, this is what I want, right? And if you say check, ideally it should give you this and say geometry is okay. Okay, so now my geometry is okay. I can go ahead and apply my boundary condition, define some goals, and run the analysis. So before I do that, I would rather do a section view here, because I can access these internal surfaces much easier. So now I right click on the boundary condition, insert a boundary condition. And let's say the fluid starts coming from this high end here. So I say I want an inlet velocity. And it says where? I say here. And then I give it like 10 meters per second or something like that, maybe 20 meters per second. You can set up goals at this boundary condition if you want. So let's say I want the mass flow rate and static and total pressure at this point. There we go. So now the goals are added. You can see the flow, the velocity is added. And then I go to the other end, and maybe here assume that water goes out to the environment. So I create a pressure opening and environment pressure, and I put it right there. And again, under goals, I define the things that I need, maybe like mass flow rate and average velocity. Okay, there we go. So now this is also set. And so now that my boundary conditions are set, I can go ahead and add some global goals. So here I can right click on the goal and say insert global goals. And here I can calculate the force and the torque on the system. So here, give me the forces along X, Y, Z, and give me the torques along X, Y, Z. So I want to calculate those as well, okay? And I okay that. So now you see all of them are added. I can right click on the mesh and change the mesh size if I want, right? So the further you move to the right, the finer it is. And you can do advanced mesh refining, anything. You can say, hey, show me the mesh. And again, you can see here the effect of it. So let's say I put it right there. And if it is good, you don't need to add any local mesh or anything. At this point, you should be good. So you can click on the run, and it is going to take a little bit for the solver to move all the way to the right, you see. And once it's over, we are going to export the results, especially pressure, into the rest of the simulations. Okay, the simulation is done. First, let's look at the result a little bit, make sure they make sense. Click on insert flow trajectories, and we use pipes, and it says where do you want it to be. So I choose this interior surfaces, and let's see, there we go. And you can always animate it, of course, right? So if I go here and say animated or play it, and turn this on, so you can see the fluid particles moving on, right? And you see that they are going in the direction that is expected. And of course, you can also create like pressure surface plots or anything, or cut plots if you want. So let's say I want to insert a pressure plot, right? So I can use all faces, and then I want to say pressure contour 10, and you can look at it. So clearly you see here that your pressure drops here and the pressure is increased on this area, right? So that is your pressure. And then you can hide this one as well, right? So let's say this is what you want. Now that I got my results, by the way, let me show you the forces before we move on. So here, if you go to the results, right, you have these goal plots. So we can say insert and say, hey, I want to see these forces and torques, right? And then you can say, hey, go ahead and show these numbers to me. And it should show you the numbers that you have for Fx, Fy, Fz, and the torque XYZ. And you see the major forces are really Fx and Fy, and torque Z, which is expected because your fluid moves in the X direction. It has also Y motion, but it has no Z motion, so Z should not really be much of a force. And so now that you got those, you go to insert and then say export results. So you go there, and then you can say what is it that you want to be exported. So just for simplicity here, I pick all, and I'm going to export it here. You can also go to tools and then flow simulation, and here you should have a similar thing that you can export it. Let me show you that there is a place here. You see here it says export results to simulations. So you see export is successful. So now your data, including pressure, should be exported to simulation. So now if I go to simulation and say, hey, create a static maybe analysis, and then I want to add a fixture here, right, a fixed geometry. Now this is the part that you add the effect of the fluid, but before that you have to do something. As I told you, you created two lids to make it watertight, and they are basically imported rigid bodies, these two, as you can see them. So you have to get rid of them in the analysis. Okay, they are just there for flow simulation. So right click on them and say exclude from analysis on both of these. Okay, so make sure they are excluded from the analysis. There we go. So only the pipe is meshed. And now you go to external load advisors and say flow effects. And then under this tab, flow thermal effects, you go here, include fluid pressure from the flow simulation. Go here and find this file FLD, which is basically fluid dynamics results, and get this one and open it. So now you should have the effects of pressure and shear stress. If you don't want shear stress, look here, you could exclude that, right? So you see, when you do that, you could say run as a legacy study and exclude shear stress. But here I want to include that, so I just keep it. And now I should be able to go ahead and mesh and run. Let's see what happens. Should not be super hard at this point. Okay, and the static analysis should, there we go, go forward fast. And look here, you can see that the level of 1 Mises stress in the max point, which should be somewhere here, right there, right? That is about half of the yield strength. Okay, so it's not that small. And now, of course, this is a very exaggerated 600 times, but if you animate it, you can see the effect, right? There we go. So this is the simulation, flow simulation, bringing it into a static analysis and using it. And you can do a lot more, right? So you can, for instance, have a fan blowing air on something and not only look at the thermal effect of it, also look at the effect of pressure that the fluid flow has on the part as well, right? Or all sorts of different applications. So hopefully this video was useful to you, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.